How you guys doing? I'm here to talk about the Evil Dead franchise. Before I get started with this video, I do want to express something. Lately, I've been feeling um, bored making videos lately, and that's why someone commented on my video a couple days ago, and he's like, "When are you gonna review the latest Proud Family episode?" And I was like, "I don't know." And he's like, "What do you mean you don't know? Like, are you done reviewing it, or you just?" I just don't mind taking longer with videos, and the reason why is just I have been just kind of not doing it. I saw two movies in theaters: the Jujutsu Kaisen movie and a newer A24 movie, and I haven't posted reviews of these things, and it's just because I'm bored. And so what I'm trying to do with this video is talk about something that's not necessarily newer films, but my first experience with a franchise or an older film. And I want to do that and see if I, maybe kind of maybe it helps me get excited about videos, because maybe the problem is I'm watching all these new movies and shows and I'm just reviewing them just cuz. And don't get me wrong, like I like talking about the new Proud Family show. I like to talk about Halo and stuff, but maybe there also needs to be variety in it, and maybe that's why I'm bored. So I'm trying to help change the channel here and start something a little bit different, which is that I'm talking, because it's not that I don't talk about older films, it's that I don't do it very much, and maybe I just need to fix that and start talking about a franchise. And one of these days, I still need to finish that Return of the King video. But yeah, so I've been slacking on videos, but hopefully this helps. Anyways, this video is me talking about the Evil Dead franchise here. So we're gonna split this into two videos, and the reasons I'm doing this in two videos is this: there's a lot of Evil Dead. This is the Groovy 4K collection. I've done an unboxing, but I'll just do a quick unboxing. Basically, the set slides open. And you slide this open, and you get a book in here. And at the end of this video series, I will do a review of this box set and all that. But I want to watch through all the contents first and talk about the movies first before I just do a video on it. So then you open up this book, you get the Evil Dead Groovy collection. I like that the O is, his gun. And then you have the Evil Dead 1 and 2 on Blu-ray and 4K. And then you have seasons of the all three seasons of the Ash vs. Evil Dead TV show. And then you have a bonus disc, which I don't know what's on it. I haven't heard anyone talk about it. It's another reason I want to do a review of this box set, is I haven't heard anyone talk about what's actually on these discs. So yeah, I've never seen any of these movies before, but yeah. So that's this set. I got this set off of Amazon for about $53. And with tax, I think it was like $54, $55. That's a pretty good deal. You're getting 3 seasons of a show and 2 movies on 4K. Pretty good deal. Does not have everything Ash vs. Evil Dead, because Army of Darkness is put out by Universal. This is a Lionsgate set, so this is just putting out everything that Lionsgate owns the rights to. So Army of Darkness you have to buy separately. There is a Scream Factory version, but I went with the cheapo Blu-ray because I think it was on sale. There was a 3 for $16 Blu-ray deal on Grub, and this was one of them. That deal's not running right now, but they tend to have those. And then it doesn't have the Evil Dead remake because it's put out by Sony. So that's the deal with all that stuff. So I am going to cover the series and the Evil Dead remake in their own video. Part 1 of this is just talking about the Evil Dead 1 and 2, and then talking about Army of Darkness, because those are the only ones I watched through. And I figured that's a good way to split apart. You talk about the show, and then you can talk about the remake. Um, so let me explain how I watch these movies. I I was sick. I've been sick for the last day or so. So I just been laying in bed and watching them. So sorry if I sound a little bit cloggy. I mean, it shouldn't sound cloggy, but because I have more like a flu type thing, not really so much like a cold or anything. But if I do, that's why. But I saw since I was laying in bed, I didn't really watch these in 4K because in my bedroom I don't really have 4K Blu-ray and TV setup. So I do watch movies in 4K, just not in the bedroom. So when I'm laying in my bed, I tend to watch movies Blu-ray. So I don't really know how these things would look in 4K. I will watch through these things in 4K eventually, but I just want to watch them real quick on Blu-ray. Kind of talk about the first Evil Dead movie. Let's talk about that first, because I mean it is the first of the franchise. It's really strange because it's a basically it's this little movie that was made for like I think a few $1,000s, kind of like the first Halloween was, and it's just about I don't know why I keep opening this set. I'm just gonna keep it open, stop worrying about it. But it's about these college students. They go into this cabin in the woods and they unleash the Evil Dead. And then the few survivors have to fight off the Evil Dead, and then that's it. That's the movie. And it's it's kind of like when you watch it. See, I can imagine when the movie come out. Yeah, this is right here, 1981. The movie kind of being scarier, but it's really not that scary of a movie. I mean, this franchise is known for being goofy and kind of hokey. Like that's kind of Sam Raimi's sense of humor, who directed these movies. At least the Army of Darkness and Evil Dead 1 too. Right, but he directed them, and it's a sense of humor. This movie is not goofy like the other ones. This movie is more well. Okay, so this movie's not goofy like the other ones intentionally. Nowadays, I think it's a little hokey, because but I will say the special effects, like the makeup and stuff, all looks really good. But there's a lot of like weird how they use the same sound effects over and over again, things like that. I mean, they made this movie really low budget. So this movie, the first one, I think is really fun, from just like that feeling of like you and your friends went out and shot this this shitty movie that is a lot of fun to watch, and that's basically what it is. And it is a lot of fun. It's not really scary, but it's a lot of fun to watch, and it's great. Evil Dead 2 is the weirdest movie in this franchise, because this is a movie that introduced the goofy elements into the franchise, but it's also just weird because basically in this movie, I think the rumor goes that they lost the rights to the first movie, so they kind of soft remade the first one. And so it's weird because a lot of people like the first one the best, and then a lot of people like Evil Dead 2 the best. Evil Dead 2 is mostly considered the best by most people, but because the goofier atmosphere is a lot more fun. I find this movie a lot more fun. It's definitely a lot of fun, and it did give us the character of Ash. I mean, of course he was in the first movie, but Bruce Campbell really plays it up in this one, and it gives us the Ash that we kind of know and love, or some kind of like remnants of that character, and it's just a lot of fun. So yeah, they're both kind of cheesier movies, but they're a lot of fun, and they're just horror classics. More specifically, like horror comedy classics. Mostly, the first one is a horror movie, but the second one is more of like a horror comedy classic. It's a lot of fun. It's they're gory, they're ridiculous. I will say I will say it is weird. Okay, watching these movies too, because all the references that have been made to Evil Dead that I've seen in pop culture have been like stuff like Stranger Things, where uh, what is it? Will's brother Jonathan has this poster on the wall, and then his dad goes, "Take that down. That's inappropriate." And you look at this stuff and you assume, "Oh crap, there's a lot of nudity and things like these in this movie." There is not. It's not actually like that. It's more just the movies are just violent. Like they're goofy violence and they're shocking and ridiculous. They're not actually that scary. I feel like Evil Dead is another one of those franchises that is just, I don't know. I bring these things up because I used to. I'll be honest. Like I wasn't allowed to watch radar movies for years. So when I was finally able to do it when I got older, I was kind of scared of these things because most parents are horrible in the sense that they don't actually watch these things before they tell you that you can't watch them. Like they just assume they just assume what it is based on the title and they say no. And you know, not saying I should have been watching this at the age of 8, but like, I'm just saying like, so you so I think there's a lot of preconceived notions about a lot of things that are rated R because when you watch them for the first time, because well, parents suck. Just to be honest, like they just, if you want to ban your kid from watching something, then shut the hell up and actually watch it before you decide that, because context matters, not just ratings. That's just my personal belief on that kind of stuff. You know, and so, because a lot of things are like that, but yeah. Army of Darkness is the next one. This one's a really weird movie because, these movies are like this one. I think the movie was set in 1979. I think that's when they shot the movie. So basically, these movies are essentially shot and set in the times that they were made in, right? Or they're like set in modern day, basically. First Evil Dead. This one is not. This one is because at the end of Evil Dead 2, he's sucked into a portal. Ash ends up in, well, basically medieval times, and he has to get back. And holy shit, this is probably the most fun one of the ones I've seen. It's not the other two aren't good. I'd say the other two are actually probably better. But this one is the most fun, I would say, because it's very quotable. There's so many great lines. You ate the leader of two things, Jack and shit. Bruce Campbell's great in it, and he says all these great lines that are so quotable. Like, this is my boomstick! Just so many great lines. All of his lines are very quotable, very funny. And it's just a lot of fun. And, you see these people who are just, they have no idea what the hell Ash is or what he's here for or what he's doing. And he's just trying to get back home, and he doesn't want to put up with anyone's shit, basically. It's a lot of fun. And it's a great time. And of course, by the end of the movie, he gets back to, modern day. And that kind of leads into the series, from what I understand. I haven't seen the series, so I don't know. I don't say. But yeah, these are a lot of... Yeah, I mean, this is just a really strange franchise, but it's a lot of fun. And yeah, it was a weird experience watching these, especially since when I was a kid, I had all these preconceived notions of what they were, and now actually sitting down and watching them, they're not as bad as I was always, I guess, just ingrained to think they were. And yeah, the series looks really fun, but I haven't got to that yet, and I'll definitely be talking about that. I'm not sure when that video is going to come out because I gotta watch 3 seasons of a show, and I gotta watch the remake, which I have actually, when you hear there's a remake to this movie, you think, oh shit, that's gonna be horrible. But there's actually a decent reception to this movie, so I'm interested to see where that goes. But yeah, it's an interesting franchise, and yeah, and I do like doing videos like this for sure. I know, like for me, I watched one of my favorite videos that I made is my first time watching The Big Lebowski. It's just me talking about this movie that I haven't seen for the first time. And it was just really fun to not talk about this movie and just kind of give my thoughts. Not really calling it a review, but just kind of like, you know, first time watching it, explaining my thoughts. It was a fun video, and I want to do more things like that. And hopefully, this helped me get back my passion for making videos. You know, because I've been doing YouTube for 5 years, and maybe that's the frustration is I've been doing this for 5 years, and I haven't really gotten anywhere. And I always try to tell myself, well, you're not doing this to get somewhere. You're not trying to get subscriber goals. You don't have goals for subscribers. But that makes you go, why am I doing this? Because I'm not having fun anymore doing this. So I'm trying to bring back the fun into what I'm doing, and and I'm trying to make something work. And if it doesn't end up working, I may end up quitting YouTube. Just because I don't have the passion for it anymore. Why keep doing it? But I don't foresee that happening. But I am just being honest with things lately. It's just very strange. I'm trying to get back into dirt of things and figure out what I'm doing with my videos.